Hollow Creek was the kind of town where nothing stayed secret for long, until it did. For 23 years, Mr. Daniel Mercer taught history at Hollow Creek High. He was dependable in the way people stopped noticing: tweed jackets with frayed elbows, a thermos of burnt coffee, handwritten feedback in red ink that somehow made struggling students feel seen. He advised the debate club, ran detention with quiet patience, and waved to parents at the grocery store as if he'd always belonged there. On a Thursday in late October, Daniel Mercer never made it home. The last confirmed sighting placed him in room 214 at 4:12 p.m., erasing the whiteboard. A janitor remembered the sound of humming, an old folk tune, drifting into the hallway. By 4:30, the parking lot was nearly empty. Daniel's car, a faded blue sedan with a cracked tail light, still sat in its usual spot. His phone was found on his desk. Wallet in the glove compartment. House lights left on. He simply vanished. At first, the town searched with faith. Volunteers combed the woods behind the football field. Parents brought casseroles to the school office. Students taped handwritten notes to Daniel's classroom door. "Come back, Mr. Mercer. You still owe us a test review." But as days stretched into weeks, hope thinned and rumors thickened. Some said he'd finally snapped, burned out by years of underfunding and ungrateful teenagers. Others whispered about a secret affair, a double life waiting just beyond the county line. The police found nothing to support either story. No blood, no note, no witnesses, just absence. 3 months later, a former student named Evan Cole came forward. Nervous, shaking, he told detectives that Daniel had once pulled him aside after class and asked an unsettling question. If someone knew the truth about you, would they still see you the same way? At the time, Evan thought it was a philosophical prompt, classic Mercer. But now it felt different. Loaded. Digging deeper, investigators discovered Daniel had quietly accessed sealed school records shortly before he disappeared. Records tied to a decades-old incident, the suspicious death of a student in 1998, officially ruled an accident. The student's name had been erased from most memories. Except Daniel's. Then came the letter. It arrived at the local newspaper 1 year to the day after Daniel vanished. No return address. Precise. You never really know the people who teach your children. Some of us are trying to make things right. Some of us are trying to outrun what we did. The letter referenced details of Hollow Creek High that were never public. The bell schedule. A broken locker near the gym. A teacher who looked the other way when it mattered. Handwriting analysis suggested the letter had been typed on an old mechanical typewriter. Daniel Mercer owned one. But forensic dusting on the paper revealed a second set of fingerprints, unidentified, partial, and never matched. As the years passed, Daniel's sister Elaine became the quiet keeper of his memory. She refused to believe he'd run. "He stayed when our parents died," she told reporters. "He stayed when it hurt. Daniel didn't leave people behind." In his house, she found a box hidden beneath the floorboard of his study. Inside, lesson plans, old essays, and one final envelope labeled, "For my students." It was never mailed. Inside, Daniel had written about regret, about knowing the truth too late, about being afraid that doing the right thing would destroy the people he loved, or the town that raised him. He ended with a single line: "History doesn't disappear. It waits." No body has ever been recovered. The 1998 case was quietly reopened, then stalled again. Daniel Mercer remains listed as a missing person. Some believe he uncovered something powerful enough to silence him. Others think guilt finally caught up and he chose exile over exposure. Every year, when the final bell rings on the last day of school, room 214 stays empty. No one teaches there anymore. And sometimes, when the halls are quiet, the janitor swears he hears humming. An old folk tune. Fading down the corridor.